let's talk for a minute about Duncan's speech. What did you think overall of the ideas that he was presenting? A number of which he's mentioned before.
Sure.
I mean, the support of performance-based pay is not really a new thing.
I think what was important in his speech, especially for our delegates to hear, number one is his connection to the issue based on where he grew up, what his mom has done with the after-school program in the basement of a church. I think they now hear him and understand his passion and commitment to change what's happening to these kids in low-achieving schools. And it comes from deep within inside, and I wanted our members to hear him say that, and I was so pleased that he included that in his speech. So that was one real important part, because I think it's important that people understand where you come from. What's your motivation for wanting to turn around these 5,000 lowest performing schools? And his motivation comes from a good place, and I think it's the same place we come from. The second thing I wanted them to hear from him, and I think he delivered this message, is where we are is not okay. The status quo is not acceptable, and I'm saying the same thing on behalf of NEA. Now the question is, we're coming from the same place, we want to get to the same place. How do we get there? And it's not just talking about it, it's doing something, and I wanted them to hear his ideas, and he laid those out. That's where we don't always agree on a strategy. What's the best way to get from where we are to where we want to be? That's a good dialogue. And I'm going to find ways for him to hear more from our members, especially on ESEA reauthorization.